Hey everyone. Today for science, we are going to learn about the water cycle. Have you ever seen water outside in nature? Maybe you've been to the beach and you've seen water in the ocean. Maybe you've seen a waterfall. Let's take a look at the earth. Most of the earth is covered in water. All of this blue stuff is water. But water doesn't just stay in the ocean and ponds and lakes. Water can also travel through the land and through the air. So today we're going to learn about the different stages of the water cycle. All right, so this is a picture and it looks like maybe someone is at the beach looking out at the ocean water. So the water is collected all at the bottom in the ocean. But when it gets really hot outside, like it is on this day, the sun can heat up the water. Imagine, have you ever been in the kitchen and your parents are heating up water on the stove? And sometimes you can see there is like steam coming out of the stove top. That's because the water is heating up and it is evaporating. When water gets hot, it turns into a gas, and that is called evaporation. That's a long word, so I'm going to clap it out. Evaporation. Can you say evaporation? Evaporation. Nice. So when water gets hot, it goes up into the atmosphere, up into the air, and turns into a gas. Sometimes you can't see it. So when water gets hot, it evaporates, evaporation. When it gets really, really high up into the sky, like it is here, the water turns into clouds, and that is called condensation. When the clouds get heavy enough, the water starts to fall back down. So first, the water gets hot and it evaporates. Then it goes all the way up here, and when it starts to cool down, it's called condensation. Can you say condensation? Condensation, clouds. Okay, so when the clouds get heavy from all that water, it starts to fall back down. And that can be rain, snow, hail. That's called precipitation. Precipitation. Can you say precipitation? All right. After precipitation, the water falls back down onto the land or the ocean or the rivers, and it collects at the bottom. You can call that collection. You can also call that groundwater. So after it precipitates down back into the ocean, the sun heats it back up. It cools down again in the sky, condensation, and when it gets heavy, it falls back down to precipitation, and it goes over and over again in a cycle. Now, those are a lot of long words that I just taught you. So luckily, I have a song to help us remember each part of the cycle. I'm going to sing it once, and then I want you to sing it with me. Water travels in a cycle, yes it does, yes it does. Water travels in a cycle, yes it does, yes it does. It goes up as evaporation, forms clouds as condensation, falls down as precipitation, yes it does, yes it does. Okay, now I want you to try and sing it with me. I like to do the hand motions so that it helps me remember the different parts. Water travels in a cycle, yes it does, yes it does. Water travels in a cycle, yes it does, yes it does. It goes up as evaporation, forms clouds as condensation, it falls down as precipitation. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, what I have next for you is a fun science experiment. All you will need is a baggie, a marker, and some water. And this experiment is going to show you how the water cycle really works. Okay, I'm doing my best to help you see what I'm going to write on my baggie. You might need help from a family member for this part. So, what I want you to draw on your baggie is a sun in the corner. And we'll do a cloud up top too. And some raindrops coming down to the bottom. Okay, so remember, when water, here's the water at the bottom, which we can really put in the bag at the end. When water gets hot from the sun, it evaporates. So I'm going to draw some arrows up because it evaporates up. And I'm going to write the word evaporate. Okay, so my water got hot from the sun and it is evaporating. Then the cloud, when the water goes up in the atmosphere and it gets heavy, it's called condensation. I'm going to try and fit that in here next to my cloud. Okay, I had to write on top of my cloud because I don't have a lot of room. So right now I have written the water evaporates, then there's condensation, and when it comes down, it's called precipitation. If you have a small baggie like me, and you just want to draw the sun and the cloud and maybe some arrows, that's okay. So this is what my baggie looks like for now. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my bag and put it under the sink and put some water in there. If you have blue food coloring, you can add some blue food coloring, or you can get creative with some blue watercolor paint so that it's easier to see. Okay, so as you can see, I added some blue food coloring to for my water. And the last thing you're going to do is you're going to tape it on a sunny window and you will be able to see the water evaporate. And it's pretty cool. So if you're able to do this at home, send me a picture of what it looks like after a few days. All right, friends. Thanks for listening about the water cycle. I hope you're able to do your experiment and have fun. Bye.